What's up, everybody out there? It's me, JW, and welcome to another JW FanPod. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is FanPod number 11 or 10. I don't know. I have no idea. I've lost count. So maybe some of you know which one it is. Anyway, so and for those of you who haven't seen a FanPod before, basically how it works is we posted on my fan page a few weeks ago asking for questions for you guys to ask me, and then I answered the questions and obviously recorded on video and then posted back on the site so you guys can see what's the video and what's the FanPod and hear the answers to your questions. So that's pretty simple enough, right? So I hope you enjoy, and thank you to everybody who sent in questions. This is going to be fairly quick FanPod today. I know I say that every time, but anyway, one of these days when I promise that it's going to be quick, it's going to come true. It's actually going to happen. I don't know. So I'm saying it again. Why break the streak? Why break the trend of always promising that it's going to be quick? Otherwise, it might not happen. So anyway, here we go with the first question. And I've kind of grouped them in categories, random questions or kind of isolated questions, and then towards the end I've grouped questions that are all similar. Okay, so anyway, once again, thank you everybody, and welcome, and hope you enjoy. And here's the first question from Darasilla. How old were you when you started singing? And by the way, you rock. Thank you. All right, Darasilla, thanks for the question. I was about 12. I think I was in high school, just started high school, and I was singing in a choir or something. I can't really remember what it was, but one of the older students, one of the I guess a mentoring student, heard me sing and asked me to sing a song with him in a talent show. And then I said yeah. I was really nervous, but I said yeah. And then we ended up singing kind of like a pop song or R&B song at the talent show, and ended up being a big hit. And that was it. That's when I started singing. So yeah, about 12 years old. Okay. Next one is from Melanie over in Germany, one of my best fans over in Europe. What's your biggest wish or dream? Okay, what's the biggest wish or dream? I guess to be, for my, I've always been very grateful and happy with the success that my music has had, and also the fans, all the great fans that I've got. I guess my wish would be to continue that and keep living my dream. Really, my dream is, to do music, and that's what I do. I do music for a living. I write songs, record songs, perform songs, so people say that to me a lot. You're living a dream, and it is true to a large extent. And hopefully, I can just keep doing that. It's a blessing, and always very grateful for my blessings in my life. All right, so thanks, Melanie. And next one is from Michael Isa, and he's asking, when you were living in PNG, where did you reside? Medangole. Okay, and I get asked this a lot as well. The real answer is Leh. I was born in Leh and grew up in Leh. Leh was my real hometown, my kind of it's where my heart is. It's like even though I don't live in PNG anymore, Leh is still my favorite place in the world. Place that I always have thought of as my original real home. So yeah, Leh. And then I did move to Madang later on. I was already a lot older. I was out of high school. I think I was about maybe 20 or 21 when I moved to Madang for a few years only. Lived in Madang. A lot of people think that I'm from Madang because when I first started doing music and releasing songs, I was in Medang at that time, and you know, obviously my first video clip, those of you who remember it, Much Love, was in Medang, and so people automatically, you know, that association was established straight away, and it's, you know, for many people it still exists, that association, that Justin's from Medang, which is cool. You know, Medang was my home for a couple of years, and I love Medang and still do, and it's a beautiful place. But you know, my original home and my real hometown is Lane. So I hope that answers your question. Next one is from Donna, my best fan over in Canada, and she's saying, how many songs have you written to this day, and who is your biggest inspiration? Songs, I would say about, not that many, I would say about between 40 and 50 songs, something like that. And enough for, you know, I've got 3 albums plus quite a few other singles and collaborations, and the 4th album will be coming out hopefully soon, probably early next year. Yeah, so I would say between 40 and 50 songs. Who is my biggest inspiration? Oh, sorry, just to keep commenting on the previous part of the question. You know, there are a lot of those kind of songwriters and musicians who just seem to churn out songs so fast. They write songs all the time on a daily basis, and they've got hundreds of songs, thousands of songs. You know, some people are really like that. They come up with stuff really quick and they never stop working. Me, I am different. Like when I write a song, I'm much more about concentrating my effort onto one song. You know, that instead of churning out quantity and lots of songs, I want to make every song a hit song, or if not a hit song, at least a real successful song in terms of the song being loved by listeners and my fans and affecting people, you know, inspiring people. So I'm really about making each song, maximizing each song, you know, and really making it the best that it can be. So that's why I don't write as many songs as other people, but I always try to make every song, you know, very, very good. Yeah. And who's my biggest inspiration? That's a good question. My grandmother. Yeah. Nothing. You know, in music, I've got lots of inspiration and influence. So many different artists. You know, I can never pick one or even a handful. I can't pick a handful. I've just got so many, and in so many different styles of music as well. But one inspiration, if I had to pick one in my life, and that, you know, transcends music and goes to every part of my life, it's my grandmother. She's just yeah, you know, an amazing person and my hero, my inspiration, my idol. So yeah. And the next question is from, thanks Donna for your question. Next one is from MD Chan, and she's asking, if you could change one thing in the world, what would you choose and why? If I could change one thing, I would say, okay, 2 things that I've seen a lot of personally that always upset me and affect me a lot personally, because I've seen a lot of it. And one thing, of course, is poverty and people living in you know, disadvantaged circumstances, you know, and that exists, you know, all over the world. And I've seen a lot of it, you know, not only in PNG but all over the Pacific Islands, and also I've been to Asia many times, you know, the Philippines, and people live, you know, people have very little, you know, they have very little in terms of possessions and money, and also they're, you know, they get by, they survive on very little, and they live in, you know, a lot of times very poor conditions, and they really struggle. It's kind of a day-to-day thing that, you know, it's not about, in kind of developed countries, we're very fortunate, and we plan our lives and we plan for the future, and we're very fortunate. We get an education, you know, we have big extended families, and, you know, a lot of us are very fortunate in that way, but in poor countries, including PNG, but even more so in other places, like two countries that I have been to that where I really saw, actually three countries where I saw, you know, huge poverty on a large scale was the Philippines and Indonesia, and also in Mexico when I was there. You know, people live in slums, people, you know, and this is kids, you know, when you see children living in really poor conditions like that when they don't have much, they're always smiling and they're always amazing and so cute, and it's, you know, just inspires you, and you just, you know, they're full of spirit, but they don't have much, and they live in, you know, really tough conditions and have very tough life, and they oftentimes don't have much hope for, you know, a kind of a big planned future, which is very, very sad, and there's so much of it in the world. So you know, and it's always, you know, whenever I've seen it, it's just like, you know, it's a cliche, and people say it all the time. You know, you see people people with you know, in poor conditions and poor countries and disadvantaged circumstances, and it always makes you think, you know, be grateful for what you have, and appreciate the good fortune that we have. You know, it's how many times have we heard that in our lives? But it's true, you know, and it's every time you see it, it's like, can't believe that, you know, it's just, and there's not always, you know, there's not always an answer or a solution. It's just sad, and so that would definitely be the first thing that I would try to change if I could. And the other thing, of course, would be, you know, my other sort of personal passion is you know, animal and wildlife welfare, and it's just something that affects me all the time. Not just, you know, like humans in the developing world, we're destroying so much of the world and the environment, and just animals, just millions and millions of animals just getting killed all the time, and a lot of times it's for development, you know, for our food, you know, in terms of like livestock and those kind of things, but also in general in nature and stuff, and in when people and animals come into contact, a lot of times there's a lot of cruelty, and you know, these are just innocent creatures that just trying to survive as well in a very tough world where it's getting tougher and tougher. And that's, you know, that's just something that, like I said, I see that all the time on TV, and just reading about certain things that, you know, challenges that animals and wildlife have, that are getting harder, and it's just makes you very sad. So that's definitely the other thing that I would try to change. You know, try to make the world better for poor people and for animals. So yeah. Okay. So thanks for the question. Next one is okay, so I always get these questions in my fan pods. I get a lot of questions from people about when I'm coming to their part of the world to visit and perform. And again, I always say, like, it's not just up to me. I mean, if I get invited to a place and there are people there to organize for me to travel there and do a show, it takes a lot of, it's not, yeah, I always say this every time, but I guess people just don't understand. It's not a matter of just showing up in a place and then singing. There's so many other things that have to be organized, and lots of details that have to be sorted out for a visit and a performance to take place. So, and so much of that, actually most of that is out of my hands, you know, beyond my control. So, you know, as much as I want to travel to these places all the time and perform, it's not always possible. But, you know, slowly by slowly, day by day, eventually I keep managing to get lucky and travel to more and more places that I haven't been before and perform. So, and I'll continue to do that, hopefully. So, first one is from Getchig, I think that's how you pronounce it, Getchig Alvin, who's saying, come to Guam and visit. And then Rose Sweet Apple, are you planning to visit Dubai or Dubai and United Arab Emirates next year? We want to party. And the next one from Renee. Yes, can you visit Western Britain soon? And then also one from Harriet. Can you visit Thursday Island soon? So Guam, if you don't know, Guam is in Micronesia. And I have been there before, but not to perform. I've only been there in transit, going to other places like Hawaii or North America. But Guam, Micronesia is an amazing place, and I got a lot of fans there, which is fantastic. And hope to. I've had numerous inquiries from Guam and also other parts of Micronesia in the last few years about going there to perform. But like I said, it takes a lot. There's so many details that have to be sorted out, and there's it's a big task to organize a performance, travel and equipment and lots of just details, promotion and also it oftentimes requires big finances to make those things happen, big financial support. So it's not always possible, but I'll get there. I'll get to Guam and I'll get to Micronesia soon enough, I hope. So yeah. And Rose, Dubai and United Arab Emirates. Wow, that's cool. I didn't even realize I had any fans there or people listen to my music there, but that's awesome. That's I'm thrilled about that. So thank you. I don't know when I'll get there because that's probably the first time anybody's ever asked me about Dubai or that part of the world, the Middle East. So I don't know. There's a chance I'll be going to Europe next year, so maybe I can pass through the Middle East or Dubai on the way. I don't know. It's probably a long shot, but you never say never. Maybe it's a possibility, so we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks, Rose. And Renee asking about when I'll be in Western Britain. I was just in Western Britain recently, actually, in, when was it? July. So what are we now? October? So about a couple months ago I was in Western Britain in Kimbe. I'm not sure, Renee, if you knew I was there, but I was performing at the nightclub. Oh, gee, I forgot the name. Bayside in Kimbe, I think it was. Yeah. So yeah, just recently, if you didn't make it, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. It was great to be in Kimbe again. I hope to get there again. I don't know, sometime soon. I'll go whenever I can. But and hopefully you'll get a chance to see me next time. But stay tuned, and if something comes up, you'll hear about it. All right. And Harriet, can you visit Thursday Island? Yeah, I'd love to. I've been there several times to TI. I'll just for any of the other people watching this, or maybe curious about where these places are. Western Britain is a province in Papua New Guinea, in the islands area of PNG, and the main city there is called Kimbe, in case you wanted to know. That was the question from Renee. And then Harriet is asking about Thursday Island, which is in the Torres Straits area of northeastern Australia. It's actually the islands group right between PNG and Australia, so it's right there in between. I've been there several times to perform, but haven't been there for a few years now, so it's been a while. I don't know. I'd love to come if anybody, if one of the venues there organized it or managed to inquire or put something together. I would love to come back to TI. So see what happens. Okay, and then I got a couple questions from people, and these are the last few questions for the FanPod. From Mac, Betty, and Eddie. They were asking about for people who are not from PNG, and you probably don't know the song yet, but it's there's a massive song this year come out of PNG from a group called Jokema, who are friends of mine. They're probably the most popular musicians and group in PNG in the last few years, and they've released a song recently this year called Jigsambe, which is a kind of a tribute song to a particular area, the Highlands area of PNG. And this song, I would say, it's probably been by far the most smash hit popular song. It's been, an enormously popular song, and become a household a household tune in PNG just in the last year or last few months. And several people have asked me if I can do a song like that, or at least do a tribute to the same area, Mount Hagen, the Highlands area. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll do a shout out for Hagen or Club Mystics, which is a song I've performed at Club Mystics in Mount Hagen a couple of times. It's a great little nightclub, and I performed there a few times, and that's they mentioned that Club Mystics in the song Jigsambe. So I'll definitely give a shout out to them in an upcoming song somehow. And also a lot of you probably didn't know this, but I'm actually recording a song with Jokema right now. It's actually pretty much almost fully recorded, just a couple of little small touch-ups that we still have yet to finalize, and then the song will be completed hopefully soon, and it's gonna be I reckon it's gonna be a big hit as well. It's an awesome song, so I'm excited about it, and hopefully we can get it finished soon so you guys can hear it. Yeah, alright, so keep your ears tuned for that. I don't know when it'll come out exactly, but should be soon. Also guys, a lot of times people always ask me about what's my upcoming releases. I've got a song released right now just this week, I believe. I don't know if it's been officially released yet, but it should be this week or next week. I've done a song with Stephen M, who was a guy that I did a song with previously called Reminiscing, and also John Font from Houseboy. The three of us, we did a song together called Work It Out, and it's just been released. It's finished and recorded and done, ready to go, and I'm pretty sure it's been released on radio in PNG already, I think. Can anybody confirm that? But if not, then it's going to be released very, very soon. So that's a new one for all my fans out there. I know they'll be happy to have something new. And then also, I've just also completed another song with an artist called Solive he's from French Polynesia, Tahiti, and we did a song together, which is pretty much the same thing, pretty much fully recorded, just a few last touch-ups that we're finalizing now, and then it will be released, so hopefully soon. So some good songs coming out in the very near future before the end of this year, so hopefully you guys can hear them soon. I'm excited about it and hope you all enjoy them. And that's it for the FanPod. That's all the questions. So that's I'm going to finish up and say goodbye to all of you. Just before I do, want to say thank you to my management company, Miranda Music, who organize and produce and edit these FanPods and release them for all of you fans to watch. So thank you to my management, and also thanks to all my I've got a fan club committee, Donna and Shelly and Macy and Valerie, all my best friends around the world who organize things on my fan club page. In case you didn't know, I've got a fan page on Facebook, and I've also got a fan club page. Two different things. My fan page is run by my management, and my fan club page is run by my fans, my fan club committee. So I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't know that, but if you haven't joined my fan club page yet, go check it out and join it, like it on Facebook, because it's actually run by you guys, my fans, my best fans, and they do things like giveaways sometimes, and competitions and questions and all sorts of cool little activities for you guys. So check it out and like it and get involved. Thanks again to my fan club committee for running my fan club page, and thanks to all the fans who follow my posts on my Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram, and like my posts. Thank you very much for your support. Love you guys, and thanks to everybody who sent questions for this. And hope you enjoyed this fan pod. And stay tuned for the next one coming out. I don't know when, next few months. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you to all of you again. Love you guys. And I'll see you next time on the next JW fan pod. All right. See you later. Bye bye. Much love.